Hi folks, Vegan Potter here, coming at you from my studio in southeastern Connecticut called Glaze Handmade, and I am here to present week 16 of my online pottery auction. Thank you to everyone who's been bidding. Thank you to all the winners. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the bids. Just thanks for following along. It's been really fun, and we're gonna keep it going for as long as I have items to old stock, seconds, prototypes, all kinds of inventory I'm looking to get rid of. Not for any reason other than to just free up some shelf space. So let's get started with auction item number one. I've got a dozen new auction items for you this week. And the first item is a very special little plaque that says Love Wins. It has a gold detail on this butterfly, and this is a second. Full disclosure, there's a hairline crack that does not go all the way down, but does go partially down. I've had this for years sitting in the basement. It would be certainly fine on a wall. So this item retails normally for $40 and the reserve price is $18. It's about 6 by 6. Auction item number two is a set of His and His mugs. These were originally made for a shop in Mystic, Connecticut called Salt. It has since closed down several years ago, and so these were prototypes for some of the mugs. They also stack really nicely. They have these sort of comfort grip handles, 2 or 3 finger handles. They measure about 3 by 3, and the set of 2 would normally retail for $80, and the reserve price is only $40. They have His and His stamped into them, and they're glazed in a lovely matte white. Auction item number 3, last week, this will look familiar. Last week I had 2 of these sandwich plates. This week I just have 1, and you can maybe see there's a bit of a hump in the center of the plate. So this is a second. That is the only reason that it is a second. This plate measures about 6.5 by 6.5 round. It retails for $30. The reserve is only $18. Auction item number 4, this was a prototype. It is a wonderful quote by my favorite River Phoenix. I'm a huge fan of the Phoenix family. And his quote says, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Glazed in a lovely yellow inside, and on the back side it says, "Build peace, not walls." The bottom also has a really fun peace sign mandala on it. This piece is a prototype. There's nothing wrong with it, so it's perfectly functional. It would normally retail for $50. The reserve price is only $30. This is auction item number 4. Auction item number 5 is a bit of a weirdo. I had originally made these as those pour overs for coffee filters, right? It has a hole in the bottom, but they didn't function well. And so I never revisited this as an item that I would stock, but instead I found little rubber gaskets to close up the holes, and so now they can be used as planters, and you can pull that out for drainage anytime you want. These would be great for succulents. If you feel like you overwatered your succulent, you can let it drain and then pop the plug back in there. This measures about 4 by 4. You can try to use it as a coffee pour over, but the coffee ends up running and dripping because it's not made correctly on the bottom. This I made years ago. So as a planter, 4 by 4, it would retail for $25, and the reserve is only $8, glazed in a lovely indigo blue. Auction item number 6 is a set of 2 matte white bowls. These are just old stock. They're very similar to each other. This one has a slightly undulating rim, and this one has more of a symmetrical rim, but they have the same glaze and they're similar size, so I paired them up. The set of 2 measures about 4.5 inches in diameter, about 2.5 inches tall. The retail price is $55. The reserve is only $22. Auction item number 7, I think these are gonna be a hot item. Originally made as a collab with a local organization called May Assembly, a group of artists and women, and they're wonderful. And we co-designed these pieces. This was their idea. We did a limited run, and they are no longer selling them. And so I'm selling these 2 as a set, 2 flower tumblers. They measure about 4.5 inches tall, 2.5 inches wide. They have a matte glaze on the inside. You could use them as vases or drinking vessels. As a set, they would retail for $60. The reserve is $30, and they've got the flower pattern all the way around. Auction item number 8 is just a one-of-a-kind prototype mug glazed in this lovely aqua with a white matte inside. This is bare clay on the outside, so there's a nice texture difference here. This measures about 3.5 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide. The retail is $45. The reserve is only $30. Auction item number 9 is a set of 2 little mini vases. These are both seconds. They both have bottom cracks. but I poured water in them and they hold water. So these would normally retail for as a set for $50, and the reserve is only $20. They are a black and white clay with a white glaze gloss, and you can see that bare clay exposed on the outside. Cutie little set. Auction item number 10 is a prototype of a music tumbler for someone who loves music. This would be really cute as a little vase or a little pencil holder or a drinking vessel. It is 3x3 and normally would retail for $35. The reserve is only $20. And this is a prototype, nothing else wrong with it. I made these for a shop in downtown Mystic years ago. Auction item number 11 is a little rectangular tray with little gnocchi side handles. These are my signature little gnocchi side handles. Little cutie rectangular tray. The only issue with this guy is he's stuck to the inside of the kiln, so he's missing part of his foot. So this is being sold as a second, not a darn thing wrong with the inside. Normally would retail for $35. The reserve is only $20 for this little guy. And last but not least, auction item number 12 is a decorative luminary tree. This is a hollow tree, so you could put a tea light or some LED lights up inside there. And this is being sold as a second because, as you can see, we had some cracking. This is a really poor design choice of mine, and so it cracked as it dried. But other than that, it's perfectly functional. It measures about 6.5 tall from the foot to the tip. It retails for $45. The reserve is only $25. So let's do a quick recap. Auction item number 1 is this Love Wins plaque with a lovely gold ribbon on top. Auction item number 2 is a set of his and his mugs. Auction item number 3 is a flower pattern sandwich plate. Auction item number 4 is Run to the Rescue with Love and Peace Will Follow prototype mug with mandala design all over. Take the tape off there. Auction item number 5 is this sort of oddball, I'm calling it a planter now because it's not a coffee pour over prototype. It's got a cool little gasket. This is auction item number 5. Auction item number 6 is a set of white matte cereal bowls, oatmeal bowls, ice cream bowls, whatever you want to use them for. Auction item number 7 is this set of 2 flower tumblers. The flowers are actually bare clay, so there is a tactile difference between the white part and the bare clay. Auction item number 8 is a one-of-a-kind aqua and white mug. Auction item number 9 is a set of 2 cutie black and white vases. Number 10 is the music tumbler, music notes wrapped all the way around. Number 11 is the rectangular little dish, perfect for, I don't know what you could put in here, jewelry, rings, tea bags, a few little crackers, a snack. Finally, auction item number 12 is a luminary that is a second because of these small little cracks here. So thank you for watching the auction, and this auction will terminate. All bidding will close on Saturday, November 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Normally I end my auctions at 4, but I have an event this weekend, so I'm pushing it to 8. So you've got a few extra hours to get those bids in before the end of the evening on Saturday. Thank you guys so much.